My name is Adam T. Cummings. This is Vetting America. We're here at the Attic in downtown Tampa. I'm interviewing Chad and Jesika Freeman of the Freeman Mortgage Team. And today we're just going to have a little discussion about life, business, and everything in between. So thank you guys so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Our pleasure.
So just tell us a little bit of why you decided to come on the show today and be with me.
Actually, any chance you have to go live with you is always a plus for us. So we jumped at the opportunity. And really to get the word out about Homes for Heroes. It's a national program that doesn't really get a lot of recognition, but it is near and dear to our heart, and it's something that we're very passionate about.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about why you guys chose Cross Country Mortgage to be part of your representation for your mortgage lending business, and then how did Homes for Heroes come into play with that?
Absolutely. For me, it kind of starts from the top, right? Success is built from the top and works its way down. With Cross Country Mortgage here in Tampa, they have an excellent management team with Mike Corrigan, David Gooding, and Jaron Miller. They do a great job. One of the top in the business. So for us, it was very important that we have like-minded individuals that really share the same vision as we do. As far as Homes for Heroes is concerned, Jessica and I both are very active in the community. We do a lot of charitable events. We kind of donate our time as much as we can, and we're very passionate about making our community a little bit better. We're always on the lookout for something new to kind of help out with. And when we heard about Homes for Heroes, we kind of looked at each other, had that aha moment, like, oh my God, this is perfect for what we do, because we specialize in VA loans. And that they do as well, but it also really has a couple different subcategories, which includes teachers, first responders, firemen, anybody in the nursing or medical profession. And we looked at each other and said, listen, each of us have family members that can check each one of those boxes. So for us, it was a natural fit. Okay.
So, Jessica.
Yes.
What is it like working with your husband every day?
Well, 5 o'clock and I'm the boss after that. He gets, most of the day to delegate to me everything that he needs done, but it's great. It's really nice. It's working out for us, and I mean, why wouldn't I? He's great at what he does, and all I can do is make him better, So
what made you decide to jump into business with Chad in the mortgage area, in the mortgage industry? I know you used to run restaurants back in the day.
Yeah, I ran restaurants for about 17 years, and when our son was born, I found he was in daycare 12 hours a day, and the hours were crazy, and although I loved it and I would go back tomorrow if somebody asked me to go make bagels somewhere, I would do it, but the quality of life just wasn't there, and so I wanted to do something a little more flexible with our son so we could have a better quality of life, and this was the perfect fit.
Working with Homes for Heroes and doing the mortgage lending business, how has that helped you with your connections and network, but also in overall quality of life when it comes to meeting new people and building actual organic relationships?
Well, one of the cool things about it is not only with the Homes for Heroes, that's just our way to be able to volunteer while we're working, so we kind of were able to mix that because there's only so many hours in the day. Once a month we go to the VFW in Dunedin in the post 2550, and we cook for steak night, and we bring our son with. He's 8 years old, and he comes with, and he sees that his mom and dad are doing good, and he sees us shaking hands and thanking people for their service, and we really want to make sure that our son understands that volunteering time is just as important as volunteering money. While we're working, we're volunteering money, and while we're not working, we're trying to volunteer time, and that's with all of our heroes. We wouldn't be here without you. Teachers, healthcare workers, firefighters, first responders, military, and that's active, reserves, and veterans. So without all of those categories, none of us would be here without you. So
totally
it's just our way of saying thank you. The foundation started just a little bit after 9/11. The aftermath of that, a couple realtors up in Minnesota went ahead and started the foundation to see what could they do to say thank you. And so it's grown now into over 2,000 affiliates. About 2/3 of them are realtors, and the other 1/3 are lenders. And it's nationwide. It's across the country. There's no red tape, no strings attached, no fees for our heroes. And the best part about it is when we help a hero save money on either lender fees or a realtor helps a hero save money in giving back a portion of their commission, even at closing, and that's for buying, selling, refinancing. Not only that, but there are other businesses that that do discounts. And so when you go on the website, our website, freemanmortgageteam.com, and scroll down and click on Homes for Heroes, it does tell you a lot about the history and the foundation. And every time we help somebody, that hero is helping somebody as well, because a portion of all those proceeds are going back into the organization, and it's helping other hero foundations with anything that they may need, whether it's, PTSD, suicide with first responders, any of those kind of organizations, the money is going back into there. So it's
great.
It's definitely a nice circle of,
giving,
yes.
So what you're telling me is Homes for Heroes, you're not trying to sell it to anybody. It's just a resource that's there that's may not be known about,
right.
And it's there for a hero's well-being. It's for their benefit.
We're genuinely doing it to help.
You're generally doing it to help.
Yes.
So okay. Now that we've gotten down to the basic foundation of who you guys are and what you do,
right.
let's go a little more towards life, and let's talk about what makes you guys get up in the morning. What burns a fire underneath you to keep going with what it is you're doing and continue going on?
Well, some people, they go to work to make money. Some people go to work because they love it.
Some people go to work to get away from their spouse, but it's not the case here.
For me personally, it's not about selling. We're not salespeople. We're a resource. We just want to help people, whether it's giving them advice about lending or, Chad is really, he's been doing this for over 15 years. If there's any questions, we just want somebody to call and ask us. Don't worry about it. Don't wonder what time it is, those types of things. So getting out of bed in the morning and genuinely helping people with a major moment in their life, buying a home is a big deal.
I believe that.
So, we're not here to take advantage or steer anybody in the wrong direction.
Right.
We generally want to, at the end of the day, we want people to say, wow, I really like them, they helped us out.
And Adam, if you've ever gone to a closing before and you see the emotion in the room, and
Absolutely.
people are excited, some people tear up, they start crying, that's what gets you out of bed in the morning.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So, okay, you're from Ohio, correctly? Correct?
No, I was actually born in Rome.
Oh, you're born in
Yeah.
Rome.
Rome, Georgia. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You'll love it, I swear. It's great.
So you're born in Rome.
I'm from Illinois.
You're from Illinois.
Yeah.
So where did you get your start in mortgage lending, and how did you kind of transition into it out of the restaurant business?
For myself,
Yes, start with you.
I actually got started in Illinois, believe it or not. So we moved to Illinois, spent 6 lovely winters there. We started in 2004. It's kind of when, it's a great time to get in the mortgage business.
Absolutely.
And then from there, it just took off. It's one of those things where you can kind of, stay the course or get out and do some different things. I did some different things throughout the years, but it's always been my main focus. And again, it really boils down to that first closing that you go to, and you see like, wow, I worked so hard to get this done, and this is why. So for me, I couldn't stop doing it.
What about you?
My transition, wow, like I said, with the hours that I was putting in, I actually went into banking first. So I went from running around 7 miles a day and, to standing in a bank. And I just wanted to go in and just be a teller. And I thought, no more management, this will be nice and easy. Well, I got promoted quickly to a lead teller, and then a service manager position came available, so I moved to that position, and I was the boss of the tellers, but it was still like, just not for me. I couldn't see a 5-year plan there. And so when an opportunity came available to work with him or for him, actually, we actually created a position where I would be, on the front end to help him out with his business. So
That's amazing. That is amazing. What made you guys move from Illinois to Tampa?
How much time do we have? It was really kind of after our son was born, and being raised here. I moved here when I was 2. I went to school here, so it was a natural fit for me. All my family's here. We met here, actually. So we kind of decided, my son was about 6 months old. I said, well, if we don't get out now before he starts school, we're stuck here, right? So as much as I love Chicago, I wanted to get back to Florida, so we jumped at the chance, and that's when I met Mike Corrigan and David Gooding and their management team. I worked for them, had a great career with them, and we actually circled back. And it's funny how things come back, history repeats itself, kind of. So I jumped at the opportunity to go work for them again, and it's been fantastic ever since.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Speaking of Tampa, I love this city. This city has changed my life. I tell everybody I possibly can. All my friends up north, they know that, especially going through your nor'easter right now. It's about 76 degrees out. It's perfect day to day.
Yeah, it's nice.
What does Tampa mean to the both of you, and why do you hold it in such a special part of your heart?
Well, it's not just Tampa even, but St. Pete.
Absolutely.
Tampa. We met in St.
Tampa
Petersburg, Orlando, like you just everywhere around here. I mean, if I never see another leaf change color, I'll be happy. I don't care about snowflakes. The lizards out here are awesome, the little geckos, the palm trees. It's just beautiful. Driving to work over the bridge. I mean, it's the vitamin D and the sun is there every single day. There is no gloomy time, you know? I mean, it's just awesome. It makes you feel good just to look out the window right now.
It really does.
You know, the people here, everybody's, you know, I'll let you go ahead and...
No, I mean, everybody's great. My family's been in Dunedin for decades, educators and medical profession and everything else. So for me, it's a natural fit to come home, feel at home. You know, where we live, it's a great community, great friends. There's always something going on, always an opportunity to kind of, you know, meet different people, different tracks of life. And like I said, for us, we're very involved with our local VFW post 2550 Dunedin. How you doing, Dennis? So we jump at the chance to help any time that we get. So we love it. We're not going anywhere.
I truly believe I'm not going to be going anywhere soon myself. Opportunities just keep coming. I met you. We're starting to do a little bit of work together. I'm very excited to see what the future holds for that opportunity. But also, you guys mentioned family a lot, and it's a very, very important part of your lives from the conversations we've had with each other. How do you tie in work and life and find that balance? Kind of, you're married, you spend a lot of time together. How do you keep the balance between your relationship, your working relationship, being a mother or father, being a husband, being a wife? How do you balance all that and continue to create value for each other?
I think it's a very easy answer. It's better to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission. 9 times I'm kidding. No, it's difficult. It really is, because particularly with work, there needs to be a balance. And one thing that's been great for us is we each know our lane, right? So I know what my responsibilities are. She knows what her responsibilities are, and she's very dedicated. So I don't have to, you know, stay on her or ride her about, hey, we really need this done. It's pretty much done before I have to ask, which is rare, and it's fantastic. With life, we just have to get the calendar out and carve some time out for yourself, because there's times that we'll get separated during the workday, and it's nice to be able to divide and conquer and know that your partner has some skin in the game, which is always nice. And you know, I don't have to worry about it. I know she's going to bring it home every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I can get him out of the house every Sunday morning, no problem. He just goes golfing with his friends, and I just watch Law & Order SVU marathons for a little
season's
while.
almost here.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we do have our own separate things that we like to do. So, you know, not always having our son with us. So I may go do something, he may go do something. But we get it. Like you said, we're together all the time. So there is no need to always be together.
Absolutely.
You know, we don't go grocery shopping together.
No.
We're not very good at it.
No.
So, you know,
and recognition's the first step, right? I mean,
self-awareness.
Let's be honest.
Given everything you guys are doing, what's the future hold for you? What are some moves you're starting to make that is going to help set you up for retirement or set you up for another opportunity that may come down the line?
And again, I think this really harkens back to a management team that gives us the flexibility and and, you know, if we, you know, what do you think about this idea? Being able to bounce it off somebody who's probably tried that or been down that road before really helps, because it's really going to save you some time and some heartache and some heartbreak sometimes by not having to go through those struggles, and to be able to lean on that. As far as retirement's concerned, my father's a financial planner at UBS Clearwater. I don't even want to know what he does. He's fantastic. Here's the money. I don't even want to know. So retirement, that's not really a big issue for me. It's really more of a legacy, I think, for both of us, to be able to leave a great imprint and an impression for our son to grow up and say, hey, my parents are Chad and Jesika Freeman, and, you know, people get a smile on their face. Absolutely. So that's what's important to us.
And I think if we just keep building relationships like we are with realtor partners, you know, thank you for your service, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Veterans that we like to work with everybody, and going into schools and going into hospitals and just building relationships. If we can continue the momentum to do that, the
rest will take care of itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I see that you guys, I met you organically at a real estate gala that I randomly got invited to. I had no reason to be there, but it ended up working out. I got to meet you from that opportunity. So how important is the organic relationship building to you guys and to your brand and to your business?
I think it's vital, and it's really something that's a constant struggle for us because we're licensed in the state of Florida, so I handle Pensacola to Key West, right? So you can't go get belly to belly with every relationship.
Yes.
That's really something that we try to do, and one of the ways that we really leverage that is by doing videos. Is say, hey, you're in Pensacola, that's great. Check out our Facebook. We're going to send you a video. I want to put a face with a name. So it's really leveraging technology to enhance those relationships. Mm-hmm. And that's something that Jessica's really helped me with. Normally I don't like to get on film. Like I'm a phone guy, so got to get out of your comfort zone to really be effective in most cases, and that's something that's really helped us.
So one last question, because we're going to be wrapping up here soon. I like to end these interviews with a little bit of sage advice from somebody who's been in the game for as long as you two have.
Right.
The Tampa market's hot, and people are buying, people are selling, people are investing. What kind of advice would you give to a young, either mortgage lender or real estate agent who's trying to get foot into the game? What kind of advice would you give them to help build their business and be successful out here in the Tampa market?
Well, first of all, I think the more networking that you can do, the better off you're going to be, right? So it's one thing to get some advice from your boss. It's another thing to get some advice from your peers. It's another thing to get some advice from somebody you never thought you'd want to take any advice from. You wind up walking away going, why didn't I talk to this guy sooner? So for us is don't judge a book by its cover, and just talk to as many people as you can, and just be honest, and just have an honest conversation with people. And there are times, and it's very few, that we can't help somebody, and we're up front and say, hey, you're getting a better deal there, fantastic. Have that relationship. I know a guy that does this a little bit better than what I do, and I think he'd be a better fit for you. And I think when you're honest like that, people appreciate that, and everything else takes care of itself.
And I would just tell them, being new in the business, just ask questions. That's
Work
it.
hard.
Ask questions, get the answers. Don't pretend you know them when you don't.
It's okay not to know the answer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for this wonderful interview.
Thank you.
Chad and Jesika Freeman of the Freeman Mortgage Team. I want to thank Anthony Kovic for allowing me
Thank you, Anthony.
Yes, there's Anthony. Thank you for letting me do this interview. It's my first one. I'm very excited about it. I can't wait to see what the future holds, but I really, really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you, Anthony, and I'm looking forward to more episodes of Vetting America here at the Attic in downtown Tampa.
Great. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for everything, and thank you guys for watching and listening, and I hope the best to you. Have a great,
beautiful
Friday morning.